Ooh, am I gonna die? Did I already die? I think I might survive. Hold on. Hurry up and run out. Hurry up and run out. Run out tickets. Run out tickets. Run out tickets. Oh, they gave it to him right at the end. Mother, God just got gaijined. Oh, that would have been the rattiest no death ever. On fire, no wings, falling straight out of the sky. That guy had a dead-on hit on me. He deserved that kill. That would have been funny, though. Oh, man. Whew. Something bit me on my head. It itches here. Ever since I had my hand reconstruction, I've not slept well. Oh, no kidding. Is that what that is from? I remembered you saying something about your hand, but that's what it's from, a gun. Do I even want to know that story? Because if I remember right, you said you weren't a vet, right? So that means that happened like civil style, man. That's, I was just, Eeyore was in here. And of course we went through the same, the basic school, 6 months, doing ground training. Well, he's an infantry guy, so he went through a lot more ground training than I did. But anyway, one of those trainings is MOUT training. It's just urban training. They take us and they have this whole like concrete city town basically built, and we go in there and clear rooms and stuff. But we use what these sesame rounds are, basically like 9mm rounds, but they've got a little plastic paint tip in the end. So instead of a bullet, it's got a little plastic bullet with paint in it. And they hurt. So I was clearing a room, and of course I was first, and I came around this corner, and it was a dead end. It looked like a dead end. But at the very, very top of the room, there was it was bigger than a AC vent, but it was like an AC vent. And somebody had crawled up back in there, and I came around the corner, and he shot me right in the hand. And I had a glove on, and that thing swole up so big, it broke the skin, and I had this huge purple like thing, and all I could think was I would have just lost my hand. I would be handless right now if that had happened. Now, it might have been a 5.56 or something, and maybe would have went right through, but you can... I guess you can take one to the hand, and, me too. I was unable to put any of my stuff to use it well. Like you probably know, it was during my training in the 53 when I got sick, so I was literally sitting there one day doing, working on a cross-country or something, just working on, map stuff. And somebody walked by and was like, hey, man, your head's bleeding. I was like, what the hell? And that was when it occurred to me, like, well, fuck, that thing's been there for a while, and it's not healing. Shit. And before you ever go, to the doctor and get it checked, because it's like, a wound that doesn't heal for 6 months is not likely something good. So, yeah, that probably hurt more than the realization that, oh shit, I'm not going to be able to fly anymore. At first it was like, all right, well, okay, at least we'll get out on the civilian side and make, something happen. I've still got all my licenses. I've still got my college degree. I'm all right. But then, any medication, even some non-prescription medications disqualify you from a first-class medical. So it's just like, oh man. But not being able, going through all that training, and then knowing my friends are moving on and going out there in harm's way, and I'm not at least there, with them, you always wonder, could I have done something? I probably would have done something stupid. Knowing me, I never wondered if I would have had, I know, like some of the movies you say, I forget the movie off the top of my head, but he's like, can you get us down? And like, fuck yeah, I can. Like in the heat of the moment, you're going to say no. So yeah, I probably would have got myself killed. We'll find out in DCS. I'm sure I'll die a million times. Oh, I'm so excited. The WinWing setup should be here around April 5th. So super excited. We're going to unbox the water cooler today at 9 o'clock West Coast time. On Friday, we'll unbox the GPU. And then on Saturday, I'm going to build the new PC. So drone, I've been thinking about getting into drone stuff a little bit. General Electrics. Is it really Atomics? Interesting. Yeah, Ken's like a aircraft mechanic. Not like an aircraft mechanic. He is an aircraft mechanic. You're upgrading your PC too there, Knight? That's awesome. I was just passing around that there is and I don't know, it's probably not even in stock anymore, but so the fastest GPU basically on the planet, the ROG Matrix, it came in stock about a month ago, and it was in stock for like 30 minutes. And we're talking about a $4,000 card. It's on Newegg right now as part of a bundle. You get the card, a motherboard, power supply, and a case for $5,900. You're basically getting that card like under cost. It's crazy. I forgot to check to see if it was still in stock this morning. But yeah, they're awesome, and I can't wait to test the stuff, because honestly, some of the reviews I read on the motherboard weren't great. So, or as far as, I think some people were screwing it up, though. Some of what I was reading, it sounded like they weren't doing something right. But one guy was having problems, like it holds 4 M2, the little hard drives, the 990s. It holds 4 of these on the motherboard, and the guy was only able to get one of them to work. So I don't know what the issue was. And somebody else put theirs in, and it was like dead. So I have never had that happen with an ASUS product, and I've never had that happen really with any part unless I mishandled it in some way, or damaged it somehow. So yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Oh, so I forget who asked me, but like all of our fries went out of business quite a while ago, and we never had anything come in to replace it. So I didn't even know Micro Center existed. Can you believe that? Like, that's how long I've been off the grid. So I searched, and lo and behold, there is one, but it may as well be in fucking Texas. It's like literally on the other side of Arizona. I can kind of believe where it is, but it's in like the second like ritzy part of Phoenix. Like, you would think it would be in Scottsdale or Tempe or something. It's way out in Chandler, which is almost like a solid hour and a half city driving straight through Phoenix. So, but I am planning a trip to go out there because, oh God, do I love those. That used to be like my happy place. Just go to Fry's and just wander around and see what's new in there. And I keep hearing about their bundles. So, like I was getting to, thank you, ASUS, for everything that you sent me, because Lord knows it would have taken me forever to save up to afford that. Not to mention it allowed me to get a WinWing setup, so unbelievable. But the GPU they sent me, it's the 5060 Ti, but it's the 8 gig version. So while that's going to be kind of fun for testing, just to see how well an 8 gig card can do nowadays, I'm going to have to upgrade that pretty soon. With the type of games that I'm going to want to be playing and streaming off of the same system for a while, I'm going to need at least 16. I'm even hesitant to do the 5070 12 gig version. I was going to get the 16 gig version of that card, so we'll see how it performs. If it does really well, then I may just do that, because there's still a really good deals on that card. As much as I'd love to go get a 5090, those things are just unjustifiable, really. I just feel like by the time, I don't know. In 98, yeah, I was so close to getting that one. The only reason I went with the 50 is because I got it, really good deal on it. And nice, that's so nice to get the RAM with it. That's for the X870 and RAM, can't beat that. That's pretty solid. That's one of those for free, basically. That's like getting one for free or very close to it. Just kind of watching these missiles in. God damn it. Okay, I think it was me. These planes just don't like to lock and or fire from weird attitudes. So like the F-18, it doesn't matter if I'm in the middle of a roll or, you know, pulling some G's or whatnot. If I hit lock, 9 times out of 10, it's going to lock up on the target, you know, that I'm tracking. With these Russian planes, if I'm not stable, I may be in a turn, but if I'm moving at all, it won't lock. It just doesn't want to be do it. Thank you, Knight. You're the man. Yeah, ASUS ROG Strix. It's other than like MSI, there just seems really reliable right now. And even though they are slightly high priced, you usually get what you pay for. That's how I feel. I really do most of the time. I like to pay for a little bit more at most micro centers right now. Yeah, that's a really good deal. It's expensive, but that's a really good deal, especially if you already have a case and a power supply, and that's a solid upgrade. Well, yeah, we'll be able to compare with the 98 and the 9850. That's fun. That's fun. Well, awesome. Knight's going to be right back up there. Yours are still solid. Still solid, but yeah, it is one of those times. The only thing I haven't really looked into yet is to see what part of the cycle we're in right now. I don't know if we're in a tick or a talk or a... Still kind of working my way back into this whole thing. M2s and whatnot as deals come. Yeah. Yeah, I never... Any issues that are ever with your stream are always on Twitch's end. You can definitely see like my RAM issue. So that's going to be a fun one. I would hope, even though I'll be playing and streaming on the same PC, that, wow, that was really loud, that at least like Tangia and stuff like that won't lag it down. But I still plan on doing something with my old PC too, so we're in a much better place than we were. That's before it was getting questionable. You know, I gave myself like a year to see what kind of happens, you know, and if I was able to make a new PC happen in that time. It wasn't looking good. And my PC was definitely starting to struggle a little more than I would have liked, so that could be a savior. But anyway, yeah, I'm sure you're wore the hell out. Yeah, 90 is, and as long as the board doesn't have any issues, that chip and board should be solid for a while. And it should be pretty easy to just build around that. And if anything, and get my hands on another good bundle, then I'm right back in the dual PC. I'm even, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my old chip board and both of those GPUs. I don't think I'm going to get anything from Newegg or anything if I try to trade them in. I think they're just too old.